morning. Welcome to the interview segment of Weekend Ramble. Today we are looking at a different thing entirely. We have someone who would help us shed some light. He has been on the course for a very, very long time. He has had series of experiences. But today we want to tap from the little of his wealth of experience. And so when we get to talk, you get to understand. He has been a human rights activist, author, a playwright, and presently he is the president of Civil Rights Congress of Nigeria. He has a lot of them, but I guess we'll have to work with this one. Introducing Comrade Shehu Sani. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, let's just go straight up into the program. You have been on the crusade for a better society for over 2 decades running. What is the present position of the crusade for improved human rights for Nigerians?
Thank you very much. Nigeria, our country, has been through a series of experience and events and leadership as a country. We as citizens, as conscious citizens, we took it upon ourselves to intervene in areas that we very much believe that needs intervention. And that area is the areas of governance, of leadership, and of the progress of the country as a whole. Before 1999, as activists and as conscious citizens, our position was to mobilize, sensitize, and conscientize the citizenry to stand up in the defense of the ideals of liberty and justice, to stand up in the defense of the ideals of democracy, and to stand up in the defense of freedom. And in the course of that, we believe the only way that there should be is the disestablishment of the military dictatorship. We had one common goal, one common objective, to bring an end to the fascism, the sadism, and the autocracy that was the military rule. After 1999 comes the restoration of civil democratic rule in Nigeria. And my role had to change, and it changed with the time. And that was to ensure that the game is played according to the rules.
How would you rate the third-term government, the judiciary, in its desperation of justice to the common man in Nigeria?
Democracy as it is has always and constantly been defined according to the views and visions and thoughts of Abraham Lincoln, where he made it clear that the government should be that of the people, for the people, and by the people. But to broaden that definition, we have to make it very clear that democracy is about an elected government pursuing the agenda of the majority while protecting the interests of the minority. Democracy as it is in Nigeria must conform to the rules and must conform to the stipulations of the Constitution. And to do that, civil society groups, conscious Nigerians, and the entirety of those who wish this country well must stand up to these ideals. And in the process of that, we have seen there are elements and there are factors that have clearly impeded the movement of the country, that has stifled the development of the country, that has suffocated the progress of this country. And those factors and elements call for our attention, call for our voice, and call for our positions. As for the judiciary, in which they have played a very prominent, heroic role in proclaiming justice where justice is needed. They have also, in most times, stood up on the side of the common people and on the side of the Constitution.
The proposed 6 years single tenure for the president and governors, what's really your take on that?
6 years single tenure is an idea that has not emanated from the people of Nigeria. When I say the people of Nigeria, I mean the common people of Nigeria. It is an idea that comes from the elite part of Nigeria, the political class part of Nigeria. 6 years single tenure will deny Nigerians the opportunity to bring their elected officials to account. It will also make it possible for elected officials to hold people in contempt. 6 years single tenure means winning election, disconnecting yourself from the people, looting the treasury, sleepless, sleep well without fear of any election ahead of you, and simply go. 6 years single tenure is an attempt to disenfranchise Nigerians from that very important instrument of holding their leaders to account and ejecting them out of office if they so desire. Interval in between elections is indispensable when it comes to the issue of bringing leaders to account. If a leader, an elected leader, refused to perform, the electorate had the opportunity to vote him out.
Well, from that, I would want us to look at the forthcoming general election to 2015 is just by the corner. And do you think INEC is in the right position to actually conduct that election, to give us free and fair election?
Well, INEC is the institution recognized by our constitution and our country to conduct elections. But what we should understand clearly is that INEC is manned by Nigerians that are vulnerable and that are prone to the problems and crises of Nigeria. And the only way to help ensure there is a free and fair election is that people must be ready to vote and protect their votes. Once people are determined in terms of protecting their votes and defending their constitutional rights, the INEC will be very irrelevant in terms of determining who is going to be the president of Nigeria or not. The INEC is there to serve as an umpire to conduct elections and announce the result of elections. And the elections that should be conducted should be free and fair.
Thank you very, very much, sir, for fitting us into your schedule. We know you have a very, very, very tight schedule. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to be here. Before we go, what final message do you have for Nigerians?
The final message I will have for Nigerians is this. We must elect leaders that are credible and honorable. We must also eschew ethnic, religious, and sectional sentiment. We must also know it very well. We should be very conscious of our place as a nation of black race to which other black people worldwide look up to us. We must also be very conscious of our role in the African continent, where we are being seen to be the hope of Africa.
Thank you very, very much, sir.
Thank you.
This is the much that we can take on the segment of the interview segment in your program, Weekend Ramble. Let's get back to the studios for some more of the programs. Thank you.